All right, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that on nights when you stay up late scrolling your phone, watching videos, or working on your laptop, your body just doesn't feel the same? Maybe you feel more tired the next day. Maybe your energy is lower. Maybe your focus isn't sharp. And for a lot of people, something else quietly changes too: your physical performance, your drive, your overall vitality. Now, here's the part that most people completely miss. It's not just about sleeping late, it's about something far more specific: blue light. And today, we're going to break down exactly how modern blue light exposure, especially at night, is silently disrupting your body, your hormones, your recovery, and your performance. Because once you understand this, you'll never look at your nighttime habits the same way again. Let's start with the basics. Your body runs on something called a circadian rhythm. Think of it like your internal clock. This clock tells your body when to feel awake, when to feel sleepy, when to release hormones, when to repair itself, and when to perform at its best. Now, here's the key: this clock is heavily controlled by light, not just any light, but specifically natural sunlight during the day and darkness at night. For thousands of years, this system worked perfectly. You woke up with the sun, you were active during the day, and as the sun went down, your body naturally prepared for rest. But modern life has completely changed that. Now we are exposed to artificial light, especially blue light, from screens late into the night, phones, laptops, LED lights, televisions, and your brain doesn't know the difference between that and sunlight. So when you're staring at a bright screen at 11 p.m., your brain thinks it's still daytime. And that's where the problem begins. One of the most important hormones affected by this is melatonin. Melatonin is your sleep hormone. But it's not just about sleep. Melatonin also plays a critical role in recovery, hormone regulation, and overall physiological balance. When it gets dark, your body starts producing melatonin. This helps you wind down, fall asleep, and enter deeper stages of rest. But when you expose your eyes to blue light at night, melatonin production gets suppressed, sometimes significantly. That means your body doesn't fully transition into its night mode. You might still fall asleep, but the quality of that sleep is lower, and this is where things start to cascade. Because sleep is not just about resting, it's when your body repairs itself, it's when hormones are regulated, it's when your brain resets, and it's when your physical systems prepare for the next day. Now, here's where it gets really important. Testosterone levels, along with many other performance related hormones, are heavily influenced by sleep quality. Research consistently shows that poor sleep reduces testosterone levels. Even just a few nights of disrupted sleep can lead to noticeable declines. And over time, this adds up. Lower testosterone doesn't just mean lower energy, it affects motivation, strength, recovery, focus, and overall physical performance. But that's not all. Blue light exposure also impacts your nervous system. Your body has two main states: the sympathetic state, this is your fight or flight mode, and the parasympathetic state, this is your rest and recover mode. At night, your body is supposed to shift into recovery mode. But when you're exposed to stimulating light and content, your nervous system stays activated, your brain stays alert, your body stays slightly stressed, and that means even if you're lying in bed, you're not fully relaxing. This subtle activation can reduce deep sleep, delay recovery, and affect how your body performs the next day. Now let's talk about something most people never connect to this. Your late night habits don't just affect your sleep, they affect your next day performance in ways that feel unrelated. You might wake up feeling slightly off, not terrible, but not optimal. Your reaction time is slower, your focus is weaker, your motivation feels lower, and your physical responsiveness just isn't as sharp. And because this happens gradually, people don't realize the cause. They think it's stress. They think it's aging. They think it's just one of those days. But often, it's the accumulation of poor sleep driven by blue light exposure. Now, here's something even more interesting. Blue light doesn't just delay sleep, it actually shifts your entire circadian rhythm. So instead of feeling sleepy at a natural time, your body pushes that window later and later. You become a night owl, not because of personality, but because your environment trained your biology that way. And over time, this creates a misalignment. Your body wants to sleep later, but your responsibilities force you to wake up earlier. That gap creates chronic fatigue, and chronic fatigue directly impacts performance. Let's also talk about dopamine, because your phone at night isn't just emitting light, it's also delivering constant stimulation. Social media, videos, notifications, each one gives your brain a small dopamine hit. And while that feels good in the moment, it keeps your brain engaged. Instead of winding down, your brain stays active. This makes it harder to transition into sleep, and it reduces your ability to fully disconnect. Over time, this constant stimulation can even reduce your baseline motivation during the day, because your brain gets used to easy, high reward input at night. Now, I want to make something very clear. This isn't about fear, this is about awareness. Because once you understand what's happening, you can make simple changes that have a massive impact. You don't need to completely eliminate screens, you just need to be smarter about how and when you use them. So, what can you actually do? Let's make this practical. First, reduce blue light exposure at least 60 to 90 minutes before bed. This is one of the most powerful changes you can make. Dim your lights, put your phone away if possible, or at least reduce usage. Second, use blue light filters. Most devices now have a night mode. This shifts the screen to warmer tones. It's not perfect, but it helps. You can also use blue light blocking glasses if you're working late. Third, create a wind down routine. Your body needs a signal that it's time to transition. This could be reading, listening to calm audio, stretching, or just sitting quietly. The goal is to move from stimulation to relaxation. Fourth, get sunlight during the day. This is incredibly important. Morning sunlight helps anchor your circadian rhythm. It tells your body when the day starts, and this makes it easier to wind down at night. Fifth, be consistent. Your body thrives on routine. Try to sleep and wake at similar times each day. This strengthens your internal clock. Now, here's the bottom line. Modern blue light exposure isn't just a small habit, it's a daily input that shapes your biology. And when it's misaligned with your natural rhythm, it quietly impacts your energy, your recovery, and your performance. Not overnight, but gradually. And that's why it's so powerful. Because small improvements here can lead to massive gains over time. Better sleep, better energy, better focus, better performance. So tonight, pay attention, look at your habits, look at your environment, and ask yourself, is this helping my body perform at its best or quietly working against it? Because once you see it, you can change it. And when you change it, everything else starts to improve. Take care of yourself because you're worth it.